Good morning. Casting out from the territory of 4-T, which is the sanctuary, pursuit of truth, and the solar, jaguar, emperor. Greetings, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, and not just here in Australia, all over planet Earth, Mother Gaia, and throughout the universe, cosmos, galaxies, and wherever the 33 frequency goes for eternity, for all to respond and receive. Okay, so yesterday I was talking about the fuel shortages. Now everything this dark evil government and dark evil shadow government does, because you've got to realise Liberal and Labor, they got branches, they have many branches, and they have the organisation itself with their own president, and all that Labor and Liberal parties behind the scenes. That's your faceless man. But most of them are ex-prime ministers and that, because that's where they go for the jobs, not only into the enterprises and big business and big banks, they also blend back into their organisation, Liberal or Labor, as the president or whatever of their members, the members, where memberships, they're party organisations. Anyway, getting back to the fuel crisis, it's a catastrophe, to be honest. Now, the government, everything the government does today, it's the people that are going to suffer in the 10 to 20, 30 years' time, because that's what their agenda is. So they closed most of the refineries back in, I think it was 2014. So we jump ahead 11 years, and now we're feeling the massive impact on what that dark evil government and dark evil shadow government done 10, 12 years ago. It's normally, like the Lima Agreement took a long time to come in. That was 30 years, because that was put in by the Whitlam government back in 1974. And as I said, he wanted to change his mind on that and renege on the deal. But, they sacked him. But we're talking about the fuel catastrophe at the moment, because that's going to send everything skyrocketing. And they're going to blame back to the populace again for panic buying. Now, it's what they done. It was their derelict of duties, closing down the refineries. I think we had 20 refineries. I think we're down to just 2, and that only produces 20%. Now, their illogical response back in the day when they done this bad, they'll just call it mistakes, but it was done on purpose, okay? Let's be honest here. I only speak the truth, and I put the truth out to you guys, because I'm here to help, support and assist, and rectify this big screw up, dark, insidious, on purpose. Well, it's not a screw up, is it? It's on purpose. That's what you've got to start seeking into your minds. Everything is orchestrated and done on purpose, and everything is a theatrical world we live in when it comes to this darkness. And this is another supply and demand. Okay, they've cut the supply 10 to 12 years ago, and now the demand's happening. And not only that, how many other mass immigration puts a strain on the whole system again. So you're going to have a food shortage. This will happen. They reckon and this is probably a big fat lie too, because they reckon in the middle of April, it's going to dry up now unless we rationalise our fuel now, because over 550 service stations nationwide are out of one type of fuel at their pumps. And I've gone for a drive last Friday, and all the pumps I saw had those tags on, no fuel. It's the yellow tags or the red tags, whatever they put on them, but it says no fuel. So obviously someone's telling porkies, aren't they? All right? And don't trust the evil dark government telling you the truth, because they'll never tell you the truth. And if you go back to when they were as candidates for the new election, how many lies did Albanese government tell you? And they haven't. All they're doing is destroying and dissolving things, dismantling. I just looked at the Holden manufacturing company. They were building 1 in 2 cars for the Australian people down in Adelaide. Now, when they closed that Holden plant, 9,000 people lost their jobs. 9,000 people. So that whole town suffered because house prices went down, all the shops went, and it's just a ghost town down there now. Why didn't we keep our car industry alive? And you know what? This dark evil government tells its population we can't afford it. What a lot of codswallop and pig's ass we can't. Because you subsidise, and the economy stays in Australia when they subsidise things here. They could have bought the companies out and still run at a profit, but it keeps the economy here. I remember I was disgusted when the bloody Arnott's biscuits in the 80s or early 90s sold out to an American company. That upset me. Our national Arnott's biscuits. And this has been going on now for the last 30, 40 years, closing down our industries, manufacturing, canneries, refineries, factories. The list just keeps going on and on and on. Smelters. It's on and on and on. And now, because of their dark, evil, insidious ways, and moving in and cahoots with big enterprises and billionaires, the populace suffers and we're in pain. And now it's going to get worse. Worse and worse and worse. No diesel, that's another thing this dark evil government did. Took off all the freight from the railway tracks. In some instances, they ripped up the railway tracks that our ancestors put in play in the 1800s, upwards, all through, I noticed, Tenterfield and all that. They stopped the trains up there in the 90s, I think it was. Now, that could take all your freight up to those country areas, can it not? Diesel or locomotives were the main movers of freight until the dark evil government said once again, like the trams. I spoke about the trams before, but once again, this is all orchestrated, and their agenda, if you can't see it now, it's to kill off the populace. Because if we don't eat, we don't drink, we die. Simple as that. Now, it's all right for these politicians now because they're on the gravy train. They're going around in their, chauffeur government cars. They don't pay for anything. We're the ones paying through our nose. And it's another way how Coles and Woolworths moved. That's just said, these are 10-year, 20-year dark evil agendas that come into play for the future populations. I say we're the future. As soon as I open my mouth, we are the future. Bang, future. And you're going to open up your eyes, and a lot of yous are, because it's a great mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, and irreversible. Now, getting back, as I said, the Woolworths and Coles, they squashed and dissolved all those corner shops we saw when I grew up as a kid. I used to go in there and buy 1 cent and 2 cents and 5 cent lolly bags, which I was just speaking about today with Mum's aged care lady. Now what Ampol, Caltex, Shell, all these big fuel companies are going to destroy the independent companies so there's no competition. You think these oil prices are going to go down and fuel prices are going to go down? You tell me what goes up comes down. The only thing I know that goes up and down is what you throw up in the air because of gravity. Now, there's no gravity on these prices. I'll just keep pushing everything up, the price, the populace out of just living. Living expenses. And these billionaires at the moment, these politicians think they're safe from the billionaires and the dark evil, puppeteer controlling all the strings. I hate when he's used yous up, he'll just destroy everything in his path. And a lot of these dark evil ones have rolled over and come into the light because they've seen what this evilness is doing. And if they don't think the evil and darkness doesn't affect them, well, hey, start thinking about your children. As I said, you'll be in the afterlife being, well, what the devil does. I don't care what he does to you guys because you've done the dark, evil, insidious, the dark creatures, monsters, and demons go back to where they truly belong, in the total darkness we call hell. That's where they go. And then through the fire and brimstone, that's even if they survive that, but their spirits will be caged for eternity in darkness in hell. Yeah. It's not funny, it might be fun and games up here, but I'm telling you, that afterlife, and as I said, not even in death, you're going to escape your evil sins. And I guess you'll be paying for up here in this, our realm and our reality also, because the pure light is going to catch up to you guys. And the truth. As I said, I'm here and I'm progressing and I am ready and prepared and waking up. This is why it's called the mass. And before that we put great. Well, we could put the greatest mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, and irreversible, because we speak the truth. And once the people and the populace wake up, yes, it's very frightening and what you see before you, because what you see, you say. If there's a dead body in front of you, there's a dead body in front of you. You can't help that. But you've got to prepare yourself for these jolts and shock and horror. It's unfortunate, but you've got to see all this with your own eyes. Because as I say, seeing is believing. As I said, strength. And if we don't stop it, all these big enterprises, companies, PTY Limiteds and so forth, are just going to squash all the small independent companies, and you're not going to have any small businesses. I was just listening to all the tradies today. They can't get to work because they get no fuel. Why? Because there's no diesel. Or what diesel we've got is going to the trucks, and the trucks, the diesel there is jumped up, I think it's about 80% at the moment. One truck driver was putting $1,600 in. Now he's putting in $2,900 worth of fuel. Now that cost has got to flow on somewhere, hasn't it? Back to us guys. Back to the retailers and back to the customers. The general populace always pays it, either through taxes, and that's another thing, this dark evil government and shadow dark evil government, and it's not all, it's some, but that Chambers can take the 52 cents excess off it, excise tax. Now that excise tax comes off it, at least it makes it, probably goes back to what we were paying in the first place, I think $2.30 or something. Over on Fraser Island, they're paying $4.38 a litre or something stupid, wow, it's a wow factor. This is a wow factor, and it's blowing me mind right apart because it's very, very unbelievable what's going on because it's surreal. As I said, the surreal. So much surreal to it. You'd only see these back in the day in movies and just your imagination running right wild. But to see it now with your own eyes, this is why it's the greatest mass awakening, because it is unstoppable, inevitable, and irreversible. Anyway, the other day too, I was going to speak to you about this too. Right now, the Emperor card, okay. Now, some people are switched on. As I said, some people are switched on more than others. It is not your fault if you're a little bit slow, because that's the education system once again. But you can re-educate yourself. And this is what I'm doing now. I'm re-educating everyone out there with your spirituality and your spiritual side from the human side. You're going into the being side. And your higher vibrations, you keep the darkness trapped in the lower frequency and the lower vibrations. But they're also trying to entrap all the populace with your 5G towers and all these other, as I said, they've got dark tools to trap you down in those lower frequencies and vibrations. And this is another fear they're putting into you with the fuel. And this is what I said to you. This is another major event that I said was going to happen. Ghana. It is happening. Not going to happen anymore. It is happening. Now, the reason that was upside down, as I said, some people I don't have to explain myself to anyone, and I don't have to do this to anyone. I don't have to ever explain myself. But what I want to do is re-educate you guys why that was upside down. Because the solar Jaguar Emperor goes after these guys now, which are upside down. They're the upside down Emperor. Right? Yes, I am in the upright position, but why that was in the upside down position, this is who's controlling you guys now. Now, I'll get the book. As I say, I shouldn't have to explain myself, and there's no need for me to explain myself, but I have to re-educate you guys that you just aren't in the now and the knowing. You soon will be, and as I said, it's a jolt, it's a shock, it's horror when you realise what is going on around you, your surroundings, and be aware of all that. But I am preparing you guys for that judgment. And also, you have strength. And I'm preparing you guys all the way through to show no fear, anxiety. Now, yes, it's rough. It's like speed humps and rough patches we go through. It's dark. It's insidious. And it's hurtful and painful. But once you get up into these higher frequencies, you don't really have a care in the world because you know you are much, much and heapsly betterer with the light of righteousness that will just steamroll this darkness over because you'll have strength to do that. You'll be strong. And why? Because we are conquerors. Now, the upside down emperor. I'll get into this with you. And unconditional love to each and every one of you out there. Now, the emperor. Now, this is the evil and darkness us guys go after, right? Upside down for, as I say, a reason. Because there's meaning and purpose that why the solar Jaguar Emperor had that upside down yesterday. Now, in the reverse, I don't normally do my cards in the reverse thing unless it's extremely, and it has to be extremed times that we're in for me to do this. Because we're in chaos. Be aware of your surroundings. Now, in the reverse, the Emperor suggests domineering. They're domineering over you guys. And controlling tendencies. They're trying to control you guys. They lack discipline. And that's why they took discipline away from you guys, because they took away punishment. Very stubborn, their stubbornness and rigidity. And this card warns of tyrannical behaviour and recklessness. This is what's happening now. Leading to potential misuse of power. Definitely misuse of power. Dark, evil, dark. It's bad. It is bad, dark, evil chaos that they have caused on purpose. And as I said, in the archives, if they wanted to fix this, they would have fixed it by now. But all they're doing is dismantling in their dark world and dissolving everything our ancestors put together for future generations. As I said, it's a 10, 20 year, 30 year agenda for them guys when, well, let's face it, most of the 50-year-olds will be passed over. And this is what I have hope and faith that my rebirth, my memory comes back. Be a lot easier. Anyway, so now there's the Solar Jaguar Emperor. I'm in the upright position. Let me tell you what I'm capable of. And everyone should know now, I'm capable of big things happening with the 11, 22 and 33. The Emperor stands for authority, stability and structure. It represents leadership and integrity, honour, truth, embodying power, discipline and control. Control in the right ways, in the light. This card signifies a protective father figure, focusing on rules, practicality and respect. And let's not forget prosperity. Great prosperity. And why? Because I'm capable of making big things happen. And this is why you have got the greatest mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, and irreversible. Yes, the throat chakra is working very, very well today. And you're all going to have that judgment card, because justice with the capital J. I hope everybody is happy today, and try and be happy. I know we're in terrible times, as I said. This evil darkness have created this catastrophe. It's not a crisis, it's a catastrophe that they have purposely put on you guys. Try and control you guys. All because of the dark entities within those dark enterprises and corporations. It's all dark, dark, dark. And now, as I said, I've been out of that tunnel for fair bit of time now. Fair bit of time. But all I have to do is lead you through the tunnel and put you out the other side, which you are now, so you can see with your own eyes. Seeing is believing, all these dark, evil things that are happening. You're no longer suppressed or oppressed. That is why I do those speeches. They're little like rituals in the light for protection and to protect all you guys and make it. I like to make you feel safe. All right, so Six of Cups is on the bottom. We had that yesterday, didn't we? And yes, I started this one too on 1:11 p.m. I say the 27th of March 2026. And the lovely 9. Okay, so what do we have now? As I said, you're all carrying still a lot of dark energy, which is your dark thoughts, your anxiety, your fear. Cast it all away. Cast it over your cards. They're still showing me that a lot of you aren't doing what I've asked. Please start doing it. And only take in the positive. Toxic people. Get rid of them. Through your crown chakra, the divine. Bring in the divine light. I can push my divine unconditional love energy out there throughout the grid and my divine right. But sometimes, as you know, those who help themselves, we help those. Okay, so we'll go into another card. That's definitely telling you guys now with the fuel catastrophe. Dark, 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 evil things at play. All right. As I said, it's just got to be happy as much as you can. Now we have the high. Yes, that's a maybe card. That's a maybe card. Queen of Pentacles. Then we have the World card. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles. All right. Well, that's good. That's good. As I said, you guys, get rid of all that dark energy. Only take in the light energy and be positive and lighten up. Get with the program. Get on the same page, same chapter, same book. Here to help, support and assist. Now with that one, negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, Victim mentality entrapment. This is what the darkness does. And that was there as a manifestation, practicality, skill, absolute decisions, business, ego, absolute. Everything becomes obsolete, I should say. And meningitis, be very careful and wary of that disease. Parasitic meningitis. This is what they're trying to put out there like another COVID. And tuberculosis. Be very wary of that. That was killing 1 in 5 people in the day. Now the high priestess, intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, high morals. Yes, it's all a yes cards today. The beginning of the projects and creative endeavours. The high water and it's a moon, beautiful, 2 card. She's a maybe, but the Queen of Pentacles, Deacon Sagittarius, 2nd Deacon Capricorn, 3rd in Sagittarius. Water, Earth, Queen of Pentacles, it's a yes card. Nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. All goes back to the parents again for discipline for your kids. And that there is punishment. Even the actions of that punishment usually is enough. And raising your voice is enough for a child. 2-1 reduces to 3, and 3 is about community, optimism and joy. The world, Earth, Saturn, and it's completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life, and arriving. We have arrived. And then the 10 of Pentacles, the Deacon, Virgo, Earth, 10 of Pentacles, ultimate completion, final manifestation, result of true will, recognition, continuation, realisation, and endings. We are progressing. I know we're progressing because more and more viewers, and you're here for that reason, to push out the pure light, divine energy ahead. And we're ahead of schedule. We've got schedules too. I know, well and truly ahead. But it's taken centuries to get this far. So this is why the universe and cosmos, galaxies, and the Most High Almighty has brought you here today to listen to me. So we can progress further along in our reality, in our realm. Now, the 10 of Pentacles, Earth, 3rd Deacon, Virgo, ultimate completion. Yes, we said that. And so yes card, everything's yes. Wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and everyone's got to put in their contribution. Contributed to the cause. Contribute to the cause. And we can knock this evil on the head once and for all. And as he said, whatever this evil and darkness is doing today, they will not even escape it in their death. Because the afterlife. Anyway, all the decent folks out there and law-abiding citizens and righteous populace in the light have got nothing to fear and nothing to worry about. So you just go with the flow and trust in the process. And tell the truth and nothing but the truth and trust in God. In the name of the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost, amen. Take care out there, brothers and sisters, and we're just one big vast family now. We've gone forth, we've multiplied and fruitful. Casting out, transmitting, broadcasting and receiving from the territory of 4-T, the sanctuary, pursuit of truth. And does anyone remember that X-ray? Alpha Tango. Okay, you got the alpha there sitting in the middle now. I'm pretty sure everyone out there is smart enough now to work that one out. So let's get the ball rolling. And once you roll that ball or that big rock from the hill, that darkness will try and stop that boulder rolling down the hill, but it's just going to roll over him and squash him. Rightio? We say bye for now. And always speak the truth.